If you're like most people, you probably like eating. That doesn't mean you're a foodie or you take in every meal like a banquet, but you probably enjoy being able to go to the store, buy a bag of, say, cherries, and eat it without much trouble. You might not be able to see it at first glance, but in this bowl and across America, a crisis is happening. It threatens our food security, our economy, and our very livelihood. It is a crisis over bees. Yes, bees. Three-quarters of all crops rely to some degree on pollinators, and while over 100,000 species of animals pollinate, bees, particularly industrial honeybees, are the world's most efficient pollinators. This is no secret to amateur beekeeper Kenneth Clark.
We wanted to have pollinators available, and we didn't see a lot of bees in the neighborhood, so we said, hey, let's get bees. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
And at the farm, you need them.
Yeah.
I mean, if we did not have our
Kenneth's
bees,
been
there would be
keeping
almost
bees
no
for about
bees
10 years now, and just in the past couple of years, he's seen new threats prop up and take out his hives.
We have small hive beetle. We have, there's a wing virus. I want to say Israeli something, wing virus.
Right now, it works a bit like this. When bees go flower to flower, each time they land, they get a little bit of pollen on them, and they leave a little pollen behind. If a plant receives pollen from another plant of the same species, they can bear fruit, which means farmers can get seeds to grow more plants, or, fruit. Wild bees haven't been sufficient pollinators for decades. Even amateur beekeepers, like Ken, can't support large farms on their own. So industrial farmers turn to industrial beekeepers, with fields of hives and millions of bees. And the industry is huge. In California alone, almond farmers needed 1.5 million hives to fertilize their crops, which is fine, except 42% of U.S. hives died in the past year. And if the bees die off, everything falls apart. Beekeepers? Gone. Millions of farming jobs? Poof. Those cherries from before? They're no more, or at least now too expensive to be accessible to you and me. Agriculture becomes harder and more expensive, food becomes less available, we have less food. And without food, nothing else matters. So, how can we solve this problem? Seriously, how can we solve this problem? If you have the answer, please tell someone. An article published in the magazine The Sciences details one research team's proposed antidote. They note that when bees have a location nearby that mimics their natural habitat, they pollinate a larger area for a longer time. So maybe if we want to produce crops like we have in the past, we should provide bees habitats. Maybe. It's really unclear. We don't know what's killing off bees. It could be pesticides, it could be new strains of plants, it could be invasive species, it could be increasing rates of globalization. We don't know. We need more research. If you want to make a change, write to your elected officials and tell them to fund research into the pollination crisis. Because if we save pollinators, we save ourselves.